Okay. We're just checking. The stream should be live in a moment. And yep, the stream is live. Join us in chat. Join us here on live on YouTube. Everything ready from your side, Yaro?
I'm ready.
Perfect. So, let's get this party started, shall we?
In collaboration with War Room PL, we are proud to present Hound, a War Machine and Horse podcast.
And hello everybody and welcome to Hound Season 2, Episode 1. Baby, we're back.
Yes, we are finally back into the game.
Yeah, it was a long hiatus for us as we haven't really published anything in, I think, 2 years now.
Something like that, unfortunately.
But we decided to get back together to start podcasting again, saying that, you know, the scene is somewhat maybe lacking. There are a couple new podcasts coming up, a couple of them have gone out. And so we decided to pick up the torch and once again provide you with our spin on what do we think about War Machine and Hordes in general. And today's topic, I believe, we'll be talking about Crucible Guard CID that went live last Monday.
Exactly. Probably also we'll talk about Primal Arc, so yes. Next week Iron Gauntlet qualifier in Krakow, which I'm organizing.
So maybe let's start with that. Yaro, tell us about Primal Arc.
Okay, Primal Arc is organized with some guys from the Krakow that this time are going to help me, especially thanks to both Jakubs, Marcin, Sebastian, and some, I think I mentioned most of them. Of course, Michał Wajdak is also somebody who should be mentioned. We want to do something big because we are lacking Polish big tournament that can be international. So this is the first edition. We have some Norwegian players, some I think one Swedish guy, and some guys from Hungary.
Okay, that's cool.
That are coming to visit us, and we will try to make it next year too, also in March. So
okay, just to clarify, as we are playing in the Masters, the ADR is live, right?
Yes, ADR is live. It's everything that's important for Privator Press to make its Iron Gauntlet qualifier. We need to play each list at least once.
Okay.
And probably today or not today, tomorrow, I will also post the timeline for the tournament on the Facebook page. And I hope everything will go good.
Yeah, I also hope it's gonna be fun. I haven't been personally in Krakow for 13 years or something like that. So I'll admit I'm quite excited to go back and see you guys over there. And yeah, it's gonna be fun.
We are glad to welcome you and host event.
Yeah.
I hope you will not get your ass kicked too much.
I certainly do hope so that we're gonna have a good, fun tournament. Okay, so remember, guys, I think there still should be a couple of spots open. If you're interested and you are nearby Poland or you want to invite, join us, let us know.
I'm not sure if I think that registration is closed, but I think if somebody wants to jump in, it's still possible till we don't publish the lists.
Yep. Okay, so let's move forward. Okay. Last Monday, as we discussed already, the CID for Crucible Guard dropped, and well, it caused a bit of ruckus in the community, wouldn't you say?
Not sure, maybe the ruckus is the best word, but of course it's something interesting because it's makes some changes to the basic ideas, for example,
And basic game
immunities.
rules. Yeah, immunities especially. That's the thing I think we should now focus on: immunities and how they're gonna change. So,
Yes.
the proposed change for now is that the immunities will change from giving you, well, immunity to certain types of damage to reducing the damage suffered by 1d6, which means that instead of suffering the normal 2d6 or 3d6 damage rolls, you're going to be suffering 1d6 or 2d6. Um,
Yes. To be honest, I thought a bit about this, but not especially as for now. But I thinking that maybe it's not the best way, but it's a step in good direction, especially in taking some of the interactions out of the game. I'm looking at Signal especially.
well, I wouldn't say it's the best idea and that's the best thing they have done so far, but for me, there are two ways that you can look into it. It's a huge boost for armies that were previously very hindered by it. I mean, for example, Legion of Everblight or Protectorate of Menat, who sometimes just couldn't, damage anything with their guns. And mainly, please bear in mind, this is a ranged army benefit mainly.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, but the other hand, it really hinders the infantry game. Like right now, with that change in mind, the infantry simply will not be able to survive any sort of elemental attacks, even if they have that immunity. Let's take an example for Insignia, as you said, Stoneblades. With their armor 15, they're just gonna die from even simple electroleaps on the 6 plus.
On 6 plus, but 6 it's
Yes,
only
but
one.
remember that ionization aura from their own Firefly will be also working on them, so they're
Yes,
gonna be
but
dying from 4
the
plus.
thing is that I think that I'm not sure if the thing is how they change electrolytes. If I'm correct, electrolytes can't jump to the models with immunity.
They are ignoring the models with immunity to if they are closest.
So it's
Potentially,
not
if
as bit I think problem for the signal in this way. I'm thinking that more about in the past the thing that you are giving Firefly and jumping electroleaps with from it was over. Maybe I think about something like that maybe immunities should work as they worked before, so no damage. But I think that they should work only on enemy attacks.
oh yes, well, Electroleap is not considered a friendly or enemy attack, so that's the question how they would word that. But certainly that's the way to do it. At least one of the ways to do it. To be honest, I'm a bit still concerned about it. It really strengthens the way all the previously elemental based armies will function. I'm really thinking about right now how it will change the game of the trolls into Legion or into Menot, and how the new faction itself, which has a buttload of elemental immunities, will work.
Like the alchemics.
Like the alchemists, like some of their infantry, like their casters, some of their jags. The Crucible Guard are really into fire and corrosion immunities. So I'm very interested how it's gonna pop up. Tomorrow we will have an update, I believe, on the CID forums. So
Probably yes.
we will see if that has already been addressed, if there's a new dev talk talking about it, and so on, so on. As I said, I'm not really certain if I like this idea or I don't. I see both sides of the coin.
I see also both the sides of the coin. The thing is that we are going. I'm a bit not sold on that change due to it gives much more power to the hordes than to
Yes.
the war machine.
I'm sorry. Yes, you are absolutely correct. With the Fury mechanism working, the Horde players will have a huge benefit.
Yes, I'm thinking maybe something like that you can't boost against the models with immunity would also be important because if you have beasts that I know that you can say that they are not working now against some models,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it was designed in that way that shouldn't work efficient against some models. So if we return to the boosting, it's like you said, we've got some, for example, assault commandos,
Yeah.
and that are terrible matchup for Ravagors. I know some people
Or Strakov even.
don't yes don't think that there is such a beast like Ravagor nowadays.
Oh, the jolly old good days of Mark II and triple Ravagors.
Yes,
I
but
still have I still have flashbacks of that.
I'm the old player. I remember stuff that some people don't even want to remember.
Like Vlad II in Mark One.
For example, or Sorsha one fit in the Mark one before the first errata. I think it was the first errated fit.
Yeah. In the very first rules, I believe it just worked in her control area, not in the line of sight.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh my god, it was terrible.
So, but we will just end this digression. I'm just thinking that something I understand that something should be changed. That it's easy something one null choices or situations
Mm-hmm.
because I think this change works. But I think that this change is a bit good, but should be looked more upon it because something more.
For me, as I said previously, this change is not terrible, but I am not 100% sold on it. I think it really requires a lot of exploration from both their side as a developers and our as a players to see how this is exactly gonna turn out. But we really need to have I'm sorry. We really need to have an exact wordings on how the new immunities should work. What I really like
Yes.
is addition to the spells that they provided, like Breath of Corruption or I think Scatter and so on. That
I think the every spell that it's
Wall of Fire and so on.
uses effects will change in that way.
Yeah.
Also, when we are about wording,
Yep.
I'm not sure if you find one thing which is for me more important even than the immunity change.
Which one?
Um,
The Rust change?
yes,
Yes, that's a massive, massive blow to some armies. If you don't know, guys, the new rule of Rust has changed. It does not longer affect only wordjacks, but everything with a keyword construct. So all Bones of Ouroboros players, all Cock players, all Battle Engines, beware.
all immortal host players in
Oh
Scorn.
yeah! Oh my god! It really hoses them.
It's a really big change.
Yes, it's gonna be a massive, but I think it's a really good change, and I do enjoy it in this manner. Because previously the rule of construct has only provided you with benefits, really. Like there's only one hindrance, and it was with the beasts from Circle Ouroboros that they couldn't be healed through a conventional methods. But
Yes.
that's it. And everything else has been a benefit, and now we have at least some amount of counterplay added to it.
Exactly. And what is interesting for me, probably it will return at least a bit Gorman into the
Oh yeah,
table,
and Hotchuck.
especially that he's in seat now.
Yes, also he's also in CID, but both Hotchuck and Gorman will have a strong return to the meta, and I'm really happy about this because once again I'll be able to use my beautiful Gorman model.
Which one? I've got now 3 of them.
Okay, I have only 2. I don't have the Gorman in sheep's clothing. That picture from Pagani's Facebook. Oh god, no.
I see it every time, and
yeah, you just see him as Gorman.
Yes.
Have you painted yours with a little black beard?
No birds or birds.
That would be disturbing.
Especially beard pink.
Yeah. Okay. So I think it's enough time we spent delving on the immunity exchange, and I think we should move on to the CID updates. We're not gonna be pushing through all of the document. It is available to download, of course, at cid.privatepress.com. Rather, we just wanna focus on a couple of things. So,
yes,
I'm pulling that CID for you guys right here, and we're gonna be scrolling it together to the parts that we are gonna talk about it. But let's start with Yaro. Tell us about the part of the CID that you're most disappointed about.
Which I'm most disappointed out. It will be that Vanguard chassis shooting warjack for mercenary is not part of it. Why? My cane tree is waiting.
Precisely because of that.
To be honest, let's
I would really
say
like it, but you know.
We don't know how it would look like, but it would be nice to get another shooting light warjack in mercenary, and as we can see in high command there is a duelist.
Yep. And mercenaries really need some sort of non-rolling shooting jacks.
Yes.
They are really struggling with that. Like,
yes.
You have a Vanguard, and then you have a Mule and Rover, but I wouldn't really say that Rover is shooty.
You have Mariner.
Oh yeah, Mariner.
But Mariner is... I really tried, but it doesn't work.
Okay, it's still much better than it used to be, let's be honest. But...
Yes, but still not.
Yeah.
No, nothing, null. No chance.
Okay, so let's delve into CID. The first thing I wanted to talk about is I think, the most broken warcaster that is right now in this entire document. And as you can see, guys, I've pulled it up. It's an Aurum Lucanum Athanor Lock. And God, is a pile of bullshit.
To be honest, if you look at it as Crucible Guard Warcaster, I think it could be okay.
It's decent.
It's decent. But
in
when
Convergence...
you look Convergence...
Holy shit.
The thing, he should be mat 3. Maybe then it would be okay.
Yeah.
Because with Engine of Destruction, on his fifth turn...
Going to mat 9.
When you get mat 9 and jackhammering Colossal with mat 9...
And precision. And precision, for F's sake. Guys.
Precision is okay, but...
No, it's not. Look.
No, it's okay, but not with this combination with Jackhammer and Engine of Destruction.
Yes, the combination of Engine of Destruction, Jackhammer, and Precision makes it a total bullshit. Like, for now, during his feat, the Colossal is totally unkillable. I mean, you can't really kill it, because after you charge it, he's gonna get mat 9, and then when you will be attacking it and boosting the damage or buying attacks, it's gonna attack you back and remove your, I don't know, spirit, cortex, or body, or arms that are dealing the damage.
Or everything.
Or everything at all. And he's got critical knockdown on his fist, so even he can knock you down in the middle of your activation from the jackhammer, and boom.
No, Colossal is not. The other jack
Oh,
is...
no, sorry. Yes, the Colossal has sustained attack, but it's not working on him. Because it's only during your turn.
It doesn't matter when you have
Match
match
9.
9.
And what's the people says? 27?
What 27?
Of Prime Axioms fists. It's base 21, I believe, right?
Probably, I think yes.
Yes, and then +4 from the and then +2, so 23. Sorry. So still,
the power is not it's 20 plus. So if you attack something other than Colossal by yourself,
yeah.
you are probably dead in 2-3 attacks.
Also, if you run this Colossal to their opponent's caster, and let's say even you didn't use the whole jackhammer to kill you, if they're gonna try to escape, they're pretty much screwed. Because what would happen is they are going away, they are getting the free strike, then they are spending the fury to transfer the damage, which automatically provokes Locke's fit, giving him another ability to jackhammer you once again. Why?
Yeah.
I mean, why? I was thinking for a moment with how the interaction between charge and his feat would work. Because from his feat, he gets, after the spell is resolved, or while the force casts a spell, after the spell is resolved, he gains 1 focus and can cast 1 spell without spending focus. Now what I'm thinking is,
you know, when I'm thinking what they could do to make it worse.
Okay.
Change Field Marshal Precision to Field Marshal Countercharge.
Oh god, no. No. But hear me out with this charge interaction, because I'm really thinking how this would play out. Let's say you're charging the Colossal, right? Or his jack, anything. You're paying the focus. Now, does his feat trigger prior to your charge movement, or after the action or the movement or charge is resolved?
Once more,
So you want to charge his Colossal or his jack or whatever, and you're spending 1 focus to charge him.
Yes, but you spend it before
movement. Okay, so that's not a complete bullshit. I'm really thankful for that, but still, I think as long as you change somehow his feat, the rest of the kit is fine. Even with that mat 9 on his vectors, as long as you, I think, remove the feat part or Engine of Destruction or Jackhammer, one of the 3, he will be strong, but not overpowered as he is right now.
I think that the problem is Jackhammer. I think
that spell is so stupid. I really don't like it.
The Engine of Destruction can be left. Also, you can leave casting the spells because he can just swap things by himself, and it's not a problem. But the problem is jackhammering the warjacks when they are hit.
Alternatively, if you are getting a sentry into your Colossal and, well, let's say the Prime Action has sentry. Look, Prime Action shoots. Oh, Cable, he gets it. He pulls you in. He gets to attack you immediately as per his harpoon rules. Drag rule, oh yeah. And then he activates and kills you and harpoons another target, so for fuck's sake, why?
But you can't jackhammer with... Oh, are you removing sentry?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry, okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking sentry to pull the heavy...
Mind drifted because somebody asked me about something about Primal Arc and I needed to answer. Sorry.
What was the question asked?
The question was about config chamber and putting ADRs in it, and I just
Sorry. In the
redirected that to second organizer.
yeah. I also posted the question to I believe Martin because I was not
Yes.
sure how to do it. But well, okay. Uh, the people were also complaining about how in the mirror matchup between lock and lock you can get essentially the infinite bombshells.
Yes, but they said that it's not intentional and they will
Yeah,
change that.
thankfully, because for now, yes, it's you can get infinite bombshells, which is also stupid. I really cannot. I'm really thankful for the CID in this very moment because we as a players are immediately drawn to that kind of rules interactions the developers can just overlook.
Yes.
Imagine 2 or 3 years
can,
ago during the normal cycles if such caster would just be published. I mean, the people would
uh,
revolt on the streets.
and I'm not saying that, but probably the thing is that um, the game changed and it went with Mark III. It went in other direction that it was in Mark II.
That's true.
And some things that in Mark II were acceptable due to, for example, distance guessing
Mm-hmm.
or something like that, it was more possible to engage in the game with something it's overpowered. But now, when you can measure everything, it's
Yeah.
really needs to be a bit toned down.
That's
Also,
true.
the game went in direction that it's really really hard and easier to get by the newer players to the higher level.
Mm-hmm.
For I feel that, especially of course because I always was attrition player and scenario player, and not just brute force in the face. That's
That's me.
I know. But I was always a bit more trying to have some tricks in the list that can not always are useful, but sometimes can win you the game in the difficult situation. Normally, you are with strength, normal strength. You are just outplayed by definition. But now I don't. I always never play now games that are easy and are quick, and this is problem for me. Example that I had a moment in the game that I felt overwhelmed by this and just tired by the game, and this kind. This kind of overpowering models, it's problematic for myself the game.
It's
And
problematic from everybody's side of the game, I think. But okay, let's move on from the lock. As we said, we think that either the changing of mainly removing the jackhammer will fix the caster, and he'll be still very good. He'll just not be totally, completely overpowered.
exactly, I think the road to war and redline are not so overpowered even in convergence,
They are
but
good spells, but yeah, certainly they are not near close to being overpowered. They will be very useful toolbox to have.
also I think that probably jackhammer and sentry are the problems on the spell
Yeah,
list, due to sentry, due to colossal and
drug
his
guns.
drag guns.
Yeah,
But jackhammer, it's like we said, the jackhammer and fit is something that shouldn't exist in this game anymore.
yeah.
We are
At any time.
going avoiding this kind of gameplay, and now it's just dropped
Yep.
here, and needs to be changed.
Yeah, certainly. But okay, as we said, Locke is very cool in his concept, or her concept, but it really needs to be taken a look into the convergence side, as there's where she breaks the game. But let's move on to another lady of the Crucible Guard. This time we're gonna be talking about Captain Era McKay.
Yes, drive me closer or I have to stab you with my sword.
Exactly. So let me start really quickly because I must say I love everything about this caster, starting from her feet, going through her attacks, from her concept. I just love this caster. I have only one problem, and I know that you have the same problem with her as I do.
Yes, to be honest, from my perspective, her and the guy with the lockey, Baldwin with Mr. Cock,
Yeah.
are I think the most interesting models and concepts into this in the Crucible Guard for me. The thing with her is I know that she's got only as defensive
10
defensive
defense, 19
ways
armor. Yeah.
reposition only, but still armor 19 and 36.
That's the issue. 36.
36.
I don't mind the reposition.
Focus points, hit points, and focus 6 that can be used to
give her an extra 30 hitboxes, essentially.
Yes, this
And
is
that's
this
the
is the
problem.
problem.
If they're gonna turn down her hit points to, let's say, 24, I'm fine with her.
I think that they should also change armor to 18.
Possibly. But I would be fine if they would be left at 19 and 24 hitboxes. It's much more reasonable. It's more Karchev-like, I would say, to kill her then. It's still a problem to kill her. But you know,
the thing is with Karchev is that
the base size also matters in here. Like, you can get more things into melee with her easily enough.
But I still think that the thing with her is the other way around, because probably she's with reposition 3 and measuring you can
yeah, keep her safe all the time almost.
keep her safe all the time, but this is not the most important. The thing is that I still think that Karchev is Mandy Machine. He's got 36 or 34 damage boxes. I don't remember correctly now.
I think he has 34.
I think 34 too, because maybe 2
in the 1 and the 6 lacking.
6 are lacking, but there is the other thing. If you try to hit Karchev, he's losing movement, arms, and she is fully operational till the last point of health. So I think that armor 18 and maybe 30 boxes would be something that I would agree on and be okay.
That's also fine. I think one of the ways, either drop her to 24 boxes and leave her arm 19, or drop the armor to 18 and then remove like 6 or maybe 7 boxes, or 8 boxes would make her more reasonable. Because from all the kit that she gets, I love that she really puts up a lot of hurt herself. It is not super long range, which is very good, aside from this one range 15, power 15 gun. Everything is range 10 or smaller. But still, it's a caster that they are gonna... she's still gonna contribute throughout the game. And we have a comment in our chat saying that her HP nor her armor will be changed. They want to stay on the survivability. I'm not really sure that this is the way to go.
They may say that for now, but I think if they see that then that it's not working, the problem is also with her that even if survivability stays the same, I see the other problem because she's got really strong alpha strike.
Yes, absolutely she
Uh,
does.
uh,
Even giving it the run and gun in the control area, it's very powerful.
but boosted damage.
Yes, boosted damage, and so she's very focus efficient as every jack that she's gonna be taking, and
Every jack,
and
every
every
battle engine,
model
every model that is
battle
constant.
engine. Yeah,
So the problem is that uh, she can't be so survivable.
yes, she can be really survivable as she can just remove the front line and then continue to give up to herself, even spread out hurt, shoot the necessary targets. She can remove a lot of troops herself. She is very powerful, and I think, as we said already from the very beginning, I don't mind her alpha. Yes, I don't mind her attacks. I don't mind her spell lists. The only thing I mind is the survivability. It's a bit too high, just a bit.
The comment on the chat is saying that the idea how to change her was to maybe block reducing damage by focus. It could help. I
Okay,
agree.
but that would also well, that would be a new rule to the game, or that would affect everybody.
No, it will be a rule only on her.
Depending, because they have like two ways or three ways to change that. Either change the focus rule, which I don't think they're gonna do, or they say that this model cannot do it, which is I think fine. Or the third way, that battle engine casters cannot do it, and then it will affect couple of more, models, not only her.
It would also help the hordes because it would be because it would not block transferring damage.
Yes, so Lilo 3 will not be affected as well. So same with Xerxes 2. Who
For
will be
now,
affected?
for now that is
From the
all.
whole side, yeah, that's all.
We will see, but for now, I'm saying that the survivability is too high.
Yes, a bit too high.
Too high with this fit, with
The
this
amount
spell
of power,
list,
yeah.
with this spell list, file save, jumpstart, mobility, and return fire. It's really good spell list, and it's too much. As with veteran leader also, I think it needs to be changed.
At least a bit. But okay,
Especially that she can put 15 inches on you with flare.
Yeah, that's a lot. But okay, let's move on. I just want to really quickly stop on the newest addition to Mercenary Heavy Warjack stable, which is the Toro. And I'll be honest, I love Toro. I absolutely love the idea and how it shows itself on paper. It's a very straightforward jack, but it's a very good jack.
Yes, and to be honest, I have Rutger, I have Tyrion.
So you're gonna make a Rex?
Want to buy Toro and play it like this.
Well, replace the sword with the hammer, and you're gonna have a Rex. Or he had an axe? I don't remember.
I think he was Toro.
Yes, he was a Toro chassis, but I don't think he had a sword in the books. I think he had a hammer or an axe.
We need to look at that, but it's not the most important thing for now. But
so you say the fluff is not the most important thing in the game?
No, the thing that it's Toro.
Yes, the fact it's a Toro.
It doesn't matter if he's got a sword. Sword can be changed on the hammer, like you said.
On the model.
But the thing is that we've got Toro.
Finally, after years of mercenary players begging for it.
Yes.
Okay, let's move on to the one thing I wanted to really... Well, we both wanted to really focus on. We've all seen them. And it's an Crucible Guard medium infantry.
Yes, it looks really Awesome.
Yes, that's absolutely fantastic set of models that they are publishing. Like just on the base, they have two types: the stormtroopers and the guys that are on the very back of this document. But there's one thing that really pops up on both of the units. It's in carapace rule. They are
Yes.
fantastic.
Like I said in the past, in my opinion, it's a wet dream of Men of Wars.
Because it is. If Men of Wars had carapace as a rule, they would be everywhere. I mean, they'll still be popular and they will still be powerful, given their newest CID and the changes that have gone through that. But still, the main problem with Men of Wars, as we all know, is their speed. And that if they want to survive, I mean, the shock troopers, they need to stay in base to base and have just the advance, while those guys can simply run and still get the benefit of +4 armor, which is massive.
Yes, and I think probably this is the way how Men of Wars should look like.
Yeah.
It
I'm
would
a
be
bit concerned if they are not a little bit too cheap with 16 points for them.
to be honest, I don't want to talk about this. The thing is, we are still in CID.
It is
and,
week 1, yeah, that's also true.
And it will probably change anyway. So for now, it's just no reason to talk about this. The second unit is on 13 points, and really, I look at it and I see Men of War's shock troopers. Thermal hammer. Okay, it's fire, not freeze,
Yeah.
but 2 inches.
It's not shock troopers. I think it's more like demo corps.
Sorry, my mistake. I was thinking about Democorps and troopers.
Yeah.
I see so much of them on the table, so I confuse them every time.
Yeah, but seriously, the assault troopers, I absolutely love their idea, and I love these models, and I don't want to face against them. They are so good.
Yes, the thing is, you've got 13 points. Okay, I can say that Men of Wars have 8 hit points,
But they have mat 7.
5 points. But there are 2 more important things. I don't think that +3 hit points matter.
+3.
What?
+3.
+3 doesn't matter on Men of Wars, and these guys are speed 5.
Yeah. With mat 7, speed 5, and Ashen Veil, just for the kicks of it, they are absolutely bonkers. I mean, versus living models, they are def 13, armor 16 versus melee, and defense 13, armor 20 versus shooting if you do not ignore the concealment. And they have tough, which is
and still
fantastic.
You can charge through because Carapace helps you.
Yes, you can just ignore the couple of free strikes easily. With statistic power 12, it takes a roll of a 13 to force a tough roll on 3d6. That's like 40-something% of the time that's gonna happen.
I think this is the risk I will take.
Yeah, absolutely. The free strikes, I don't care.
Yes, so
And remember, still, even if still they have 11 with mat 6 on most of the infantry or mat 5 on the most of the infantry, they're still gonna need a 6 or 5 to hit because the Ashen Veil will still be relevant. So you're essentially negating, with combination of Ashen Veil and Carapace, most of the free strike potential against those guys.
yes, I think Carapace is more important because Ashen Veil only negates bonus to hit, but Def 11 it's
Yes, but still, even if there would be just Def 9 during the free strikes, then they would lose at least a couple of hit points. And now with Def 11 and you're still needing 5s or 6s, you're gonna miss a couple of those free strikes. So a couple of those guys will just ignore completely what's gonna happen. They are bonkers.
Yes, we'll see. I think that they should be rise in the cost, but we will see.
Yeah, they would be.
Like I said, it's not. And for now, we shouldn't stick to the costs that are in this document.
Exactly, because they are gonna change so many times. There are two more units, or the two more entries in the CID that I wanted to really quickly jump on. One of them is attachment, the customer attachment. Yes, Aurum Ominous Alice Mark. So we've seen her picture and her concept art some time ago, and everybody was thinking about the solo, which she is. Most importantly, she's a Laelis solo. So if I am not mistaken, she can be taken in a Laelis resistance team force still.
Not sure, probably in future yes, but for now no.
I will need to really quickly check in because with the same wording goes on a lock. I'll quickly pop up the wording, but still,
if I'm correct, maybe they will change for now, but for now it's said that lock can't be in Crucible Guards in Linus Resistance, but probably in future when this seed goes live, it will be changed.
I think so, that she will be added. So she, I think she's really cool concept, and I really like the duality of her nature. That you can even yourself decide that she's gonna just pop in the elixir and go to town to give out some hurt with her alternative form. But still, through the very beginning of the game, she will be super useful with her abilities.
Yes, this is the good stuff.
Yeah, this is absolutely the good stuff. And I love that they have a good stuff as a role name. I mean, yes.
Yes, there are many interesting things. For example, Photomentrophic Elixir on the guys with on like we said on the heavy infantry will be also very interesting.
Yeah, I just quickly checked, and she will be available to Laelis as one of the Laelis resistance tier restrictions is Laelis models units, and she is in Laelis solo. So she also needs to be think about how she will work in Laelis army. For example, with, I don't know, Ashlyn.
Yep.
Though I really like the idea of Gaston 2 with Eyeless Sight. I really like this idea.
But the thing is, depends on her, because the thing is that she or the Gobber, this is the problem.
That's true. That's absolutely true. With Cross specifically, I would take her, I think, as you already get a lot of shots with him. So this one extra shot I don't think will really that much matter. And she will still give the magical damage, for example, for your Colossal, if you're gonna take it or something.
We will see. It's
see.
hard to
Yeah,
say.
That's true. The other thing that I really wanted to talk about is where the hell it is. The mercenary attachment from Crucible Guard, the one with the good stuff.
Yes.
So, what are your impressions of him?
I missed the cards before, and I'm thinking. I think that the thing that this photomorphic elixir
Yep.
is something really, um, really powerful,
Yeah.
especially if you take, for example, hammer dwarfs.
That's the first idea I had with him.
They are really, it will be really strong thing. And also, his mini fit is something really powerful with the good stuff also.
You're making once again the boom howlers of old, essentially. The only thing is that, well, the hammer dwarfs can still be trampled over, while the boom howlers still can't. But nobody plays boom howlers as well. They are not as good as they were.
I think now you can.
Now you can, yes, with the good stuff. I mean, really, with the good stuff, you could try running him with the boom howlers.
I think that's, but still, getting. I'm not sure what the models are able for now.
For him,
Um,
smaller medium-based mercenary unit,
I
and
know, and it's other way there. I think thinking what could be important with him, maybe some dwarfs are good. I think who else would be really interesting with getting tough and not knockdown on 4+, which or other infantry would be. Thing.
I think the boom howlers are something that you need to consider. Giving them outside of their own aura 4+ stuff and no knockdown and rage holder might be a powerful idea. I think with +2 strength and overtake, Kayazi assassins are very good with no knockdown, especially.
Yes,
Eliminators, obviously, they will be very powerful. Although with him, I would really be, I wouldn't take them, as you're only affecting 2 models. Even though you're popping and
but maybe full unit of Kayazi.
yes, as I said, the Kayazi assassins they will be powerful with him. I think Nis hunters will be very good. No knockdown Nis hunters are a pain in the ass. I mean, there's a lot of options, and I think this entry in their book really will be shining. Especially it's only 3 points. So as long as you're not playing with a tier that prevents any mercenaries, you're gonna be seeing a lot of him.
Yes, I think it's he can still be free if I'm correct.
Yeah, but you can get better or more expensive models free, and still get him and the benefits. Okay,
Yes,
I think that's enough talking about the Crucible Guard so far. The week one has shown us, as we already discussed, a couple of very powerful options that we
we
are.
still just scratch the surface because
Yes, exactly.
Prospero, Vulcan.
There's still a lot of models that we could just ponder on and on and on and on about them, but there's no point because, as we said, tomorrow is a CID. New CID will drop or new document will drop. So we're gonna see what kind of changes they are going to implement. For the Soul faction, tell me, Yarrow, are you thinking about picking them up?
It's a really difficult question due to I would glad to, but I have full faction now and I'm painting still my Grimkins. I'm not sure if I want. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, fourth faction from War Machine.
I myself, I was thinking about the very beginning to take them, to pick them up, but I'm not really certain. I think I'm just gonna focus on mercenaries for the time being. Maybe in the future we'll see.
Probably some units will be bought by me.
Oh yes, for the loyalist resistance, absolutely.
Yes, and
Like the
after
assault troops.
yes, and maybe after that,
Yeah,
I
it will be an
build
incentive to start picking up more
small
models.
force.
You already have vanguards, you already will have Tauros, you already have assault troops. Why not pick everything else, right? Right?
I've got Hatchak, I've got
Yeah,
Gorman.
exactly. So we're almost halfway done.
Yes, I will buy caster to the Lioness resistance.
Exactly. You're gonna have the
This
Alice Merc, so yeah. It might be the same thing with mercenaries as it was with Signar in Mark II, where you played Signars, so therefore you owned mercenaries.
yep, it's really problematic.
True.
Uh,
But we'll
Cat,
see.
could you give me a bit of rest to record that?
Yes, I will give you a bit of rest to think about. Okay,
Mm,
guys,
You know,
but
you know, I'm the most. I have the most famous dog in the War Machine community, and now I have also the cat that is giving me time to record.
okay, guys, so I think we will be stopping or ending for now. Thank you everybody who dropped in and talked with us for a moment in the chat. This is not the one part thing. We are going to publish more episodes of Witch Hound, and we will be trying to deliver them on a bi-weekly basis. We'll
I
see.
wouldn't say the weekly, but I think how how time will give us a chance, we will try to.
We're gonna
Um,
aim at bi-weekly, let's say it this way.
Probably.
Yeah, that's reasonable. So either way, if you enjoyed this, drop us a like on the Facebook, give us a like or comment on our YouTube video. This entire live stream, of course, will be published in a couple of moments after the stream is ended. So if you missed it, there is still a chance for you to watch it, to discuss. If there's something we overlooked or there's some specific topics you guys would like us to talk about in the future, let us know. Uh, the podcast will be available to download also through a SoundCloud, and we will post them in warmachina.pl group as well as on our Facebook.
Yep. Like it see, we have the other plans for today, but
Yeah,
it goes like this. That if you have big topic, then all your plans can be changed.
exactly. So, once again, thank you very much for listening. Have a good night. Signing out. It's Elros,
Yarrow.
and good night.
Thank you for listening for this week's episode of Witch Hound.
Music has been provided by the generosity of band named Kurkuma. Please check them out.